Alright everybody, I wanted to do one other video. As you can see, follow my hand. I got my son doing my camera work today. As you can see, I had to take this out to check which connection was what, but this is how the system works. I did another video, but this is what it looks like when it's all out. What I'm going to show you now is just how I modified a little bit from what it came with. So what I do is I strip back. It comes with just a tiny bit of the wire stripped off. I stripped back a little bit more, and I made a little loop. And I don't think you can see that too well, but I made a little loop by folding back some of the wire. And I did that just because it makes it a little more secure when you go to screw it down. So all you do is you take it and you insert it into, and that's not quite bent over enough. What you want ultimately is so that when you stick the wire into the connector here, that there's no wire showing, but you don't want to get too far in. So that's about perfect. I don't know if you can see that, but let me take the camera here for just a second. You can see, yeah, you can't really see, but there's no wire showing now. And so what you do then is you take a small Phillips head screwdriver and you just turn this, and you keep turning until it locks down and eventually bottoms out. Give it one more good turn. Again, you don't have to torque this to 80 foot-pounds, it's just a wire. And that's how you do that one. And then you take the green wire, the red wire, which is the middle. We're going to stick that one in there. And we're going to do the same thing. I'd already pre-stripped everything before I started the video, so that's why you didn't see me strip back that wire and fold it over, but I'd already done that. So there's two. Take the third. Insert it. Give her a twist. And that locks down. Again, don't have to torque these to 90 foot-pounds, guys. It's just wires. Alright, so now what we're going to do is bring our projector housing into the picture. Son, if you want to pull back just slightly. Can you see everything?
Yep.
Alright, so again, what I want to do is you take off your projector cover, and you can see I've got this wire here. It's actually already cut somewhat. I'm going to recut it, and I'm just going to use a pair of scissors. And now that will allow you to pull the wire from out of its harness. And there's your two wires from the factory. Okay, this is again a factory, the ZKW projector. Okay, I took the ZKW projector housing out of my ZHP, retrofitted an AL assembly, the whole thing with the Bosch projectors. I put my ZKW lenses in them to give a better cutoff, which is a very worthwhile mod. And then what you're left with is non-working deals, because if you look on the connectors, they're the same connector, okay? But on the ZKW, again, two wires, hot and just 12 volt source is all that is. And when 12 volts hits the solenoid on the ZKWs, boop, projector shroud comes open. The projector flap opens up, giving you full light output. On the Bosch, you have to have three because, again, it's hard pulse to open the shutter, light pulse or light voltage to keep that shutter open if you're going to run it that way. So, again, as you can see, I just have two wires here, so I've got my wire strippers. I'm going to strip back a decent amount of wire, not a ton. That's probably enough. Okay. And now, all you got to do, you got to remember, unfortunately, for some reason, Wolstentech only labeled one of my deals here, so I'm having to look at it to make sure I get it right. So it looks like green is on the outside. So what we'll do is I'm going to fold that over again like I did on the other one. Kind of make a little curl. And I'm going to pop it in the... Oops. This one wants to fight. I hate electrical work. Alright, so you get that inserted into, oh, I see why, sometimes. I think I was playing with this one. I locked the screw down before I inserted. Make sure these are up, loosened, because the wire has to be able to fit in there. Now it should go. Hey, look at that, perfect. It's always the little things. And you're not going to be able to see this, just trust me, because I got to work at a funky angle. I'm going to lock it down. Alright, so that's in there. Then we take our hot. Slide it, oops. I didn't strip the hot back quite as far, just because I don't have a lot of room to work. And my wire strippers are ginormous. So, I'm just going to work with what I've got. Try and get that to go in without fighting me here. I don't know how much of this you can actually see. Come over here, son. Come over here. Stand up and get behind me. There you go. Can you see? I want you to shoot down this way. Can you see that? Yeah, that's a little better. So again, this, every time I'm trying to stick it in the hole of the wire, was trying to spray on me, so I'm just going to be real steady. There we go. Get it in there. Sucker down. And you'll feel it when it bottoms out. Again, these are not going to get any real kicking. So what I did was I take my double-sided tape, give her a cut, stick one side to the, fits perfectly by the way. This is just typical Walmart 3M double-sided tape. And what I'm going to do is peel off the backing, which is always a lot harder than you'd think. One of the drawbacks to working with this stuff. And then all you got to do is slide it up under the seal, give her a little press down, and voila. Completely and perfectly mounted. That will go nowhere. You take your 3-pin connector, the clip side, you'll see there's a little release tab right here. That goes up. Slide it in, make sure it connects, and then tuck your wires back. Reinstall the igniter, and reinstall the cover. There's 2 little slots on this one, and that's it. This is ready for reinstall into the car. And again, I'll show you with this one. I've already got the double-sided tape on here, so I'm not going to redo that. Just going to take it, stick it down, reinstall the igniter, reinstall the projector cover, and now both of these are ready to go back into the car. I'm going to give the lens a quick polish while I got them out, and that'll be that. So I'll give you a video in my garage of the high beams in a second.